in the aftermath of a wildfire, which turns out to be a fight between Robot Mont Blanc and an unknown assailant who has killed him. 2 days later, there was another incident, Bernard Lanka, who got murdered in his apartment. The only similarity they could observe was both the victims were jammed up with things in their heads, to make it look like horns. A detective from the Europol called Gasicht is on this case, and he's also a bot. As they were observing the crime scene, they got called in on an emergency. One of the checkpoints was attacked, a constable who was critically injured, and a constable bot called Roby got destroyed. After getting the description of the perpetrator, Gasicht goes on alone to confront him. Apparently, he is a drug addict. He holds a steel pipe which he used to smash the constable bot. After questioning him, the detective realizes that he's not to be blamed for the murder of Bernard Lanka, and that he attacked the officers with the pipe to not get caught with the drug charges. Now, he resists being arrested, and so Gasicht had to take him by force. Bernard Blanca, who was a key member of a robot law advocacy group, and that may be why he got targeted. The detective thinks that a bot is behind the murders, since no human is capable of doing such damage to Mont Blanc. People think that the tornado which came that night, mere moments before the fire, must have killed the robot. Before they get rid of the constable bot, Robbie, the detective got hold of his memory chip and give it to his wife. When she take a look at his memory, she realizes that he got distracted seeing something during the attack. In his last moments, when he changed the gaze, he saw someone jumping to the apartment, that Bernard was murdered. They think that the person in view is neither a human nor a robot. Looking for answers, the detective went to the high-security prison where they keep Brow, the bot which turned against humans 8 years ago. When Gasicht shows him the pictures of both the murders, the horns, he think, looks like the ancient gods of Europe, the god of death, and also refer to the Roman god of the dead, Pluto. He warns the detective that the killer will go after the rest of the powerful bots, 6 of them to be precise. Now Duncan, a blind composer, he hired this robot butler called North Number 2. This bot was previously in the military. After seeing the old man play, observing it for quite a while, then he plays the piano, trying to help Duncan to compose rest of the song, but this get him agitated, and he orders the bot to leave the house. But North Number 2 hesitates to do so, and asks him to teach him to play the piano, that he do not want to belong on a battlefield anymore. Duncan was born with a bad eyesight, and they were poor, his mother and him. Eventually, when she fell in love with a rich man and abandoned him thinking he's a burden, he got shipped off to a boarding school in England. He turned to music studies to escape the pain of his reality. But as he grew sicker, he was moved from one hospital to other, when all the doctors had given up on him, and not even a visit from his mother. That's when this Japanese doctor came through the door and promised to save his life. But he may lose his eyesight in the process. After the surgery, his sight grew weaker with each passing day, until the day he completely lost it. After a few years, his mother dies. And soon later, when he became successful in music, he buys her lover's castle and live in it. After saying this story to the robot, he asked him to leave the palace the following day. North Number 2. He plays the piano one last time before he leaves the next day. And to be frank, Duncan is surprised that he left. He tries finishing the rest of the song, but the memory of his mum leaving makes him frustrated. But now North Number 2 has returned. Seems that he was on a trip to Bohemia, to Duncan's hometown, and he was able to find the melody that he hums when asleep, the missing piece. Apparently his mother never abandoned him. When he started to grow ill, his mother, she sought out the rich man to fund his treatment, to keep him alive, and that she was there the whole time. The ancient villager that the bot saw on his trip, He remembered Duncan and his mother singing the old folk song together, beautifully. Now he sing the song, which triggers the old memories when he was a kid. The old man asks him to stay and teaches him piano. They grew closer each day, and soon Duncan finished composing the song. But unfortunately, there is a tornado, 100 kilometers away from their position. An unknown assailant is approaching toward them. So North number 2, get ready to face the enemy. He flew off to the sky and fight the assailant. The old man is worried for him. He hoped that North number 2 returned to him safely. But the enemy simply was too powerful for the bot, and he dies in battle.